Good evening, friends, and welcome back to the wonderful nightmare world of Kingdom Death. We'll be continuing our second campaign with the new Pariah and Red Witches expansion. Very exciting. Spent a little bit of time thinking about the game, playing some Kingdoms Forlorn. Keen to come back to that, but do think it's best to let some other people make their way through the rules, make sure I know what I'm doing, watch some videos, etc. Good evening to you, as always, Match Fixer. Yeah, so I think Kingdoms Forlorn is going to be really good. I'm keen to play some more. I've got the models sitting over there, which I'm still painting, which is great. And there's a dude using an app, which is fantastic, creating an app. So yeah, keen to do that. But yeah, the bug of Kingdom Death has bitten hard, as it often does when new content comes out. And yeah, I've just found myself thinking about it a lot, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to try that. So I made a couple of little mistakes that I need to correct at the start of this one. They're only mistakes that have hampered me though, but I've managed to correct them both. The first, we're playing a People of the Dreamkeeper campaign. And one of the cool things about that is the next time you play a People of the Dreamkeeper campaign, occasionally you can get gear that you put into a box at the end of the last one. It's called Perfect Punt. It's a very fun event. I did actually put something in the box and I forgot about it. So I was supposed to have this item for the start of the campaign. So I hampered myself. It's a Vespertine bow. So this is the item, the Vespertine bow. So I've got one of those and I've put it on one of my survivors now. Should have had that at the start. The next thing I forgot was at the end, I didn't put graves into the app when I actually got the death principle. And so you are supposed to trigger some additional endeavors when that happens. And so yeah, I actually got a couple of extra endeavors, which I've just used on Mentor, so that we're going to level up and get a few extra fighting arts and age milestones. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is we've got our White Speaker, which is one of the expansion modules in the book. And if we nip over to here, we can have a look, I think. So it's all the way at the back, just before this cool art stuff. Epilogue Victory! Here. A White Speaker's Sojourn. A White Speaker is treated like any other survivor but gains additional bonuses as she reaches Hunt XP milestones. Yeah, so she's going to get age and fighting arts and all that stuff. Bra came up with a really cool suggestion in his Discord. If you want to see his Discord, it's pretty cool. I'm just going to pop it on here so everyone can see. He's even named it, which is great. And I think I can just do it like this. Image. Okay, browse, where would that be saved? I wonder. Downloads, perhaps? No. There we go. Downloads, save. Great, here it is. It's too big, fit to screen. So this is our character, Peppermint Tea. Which is great. So she's a chick in training. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So what we're going to do this. So at 3 courage, we're going to gain the Speaker Cult Knife, and at 3 understanding, we're going to gain the Story of Blood Secret Fighting Art. I've had that for a long time, and I've never used it. So I think this is a really cool way to incorporate that content into my game. Yeah, super excited to do that. So thanks to Bra for putting this together. So this is what we're going to do. We do still get the benefits of age at those milestones in addition to those abilities. So she's going to be a fun character to use when we do eventually get around to her. Age milestones and what have you. So here's our survivors. We've got our scout who's got the fecal salve and a bloody cloth. Peppermint Tea is just rocking a bloody cloth and a bone blade. It's a risk maybe, I don't know. We're fighting smoggos, so it's probably not a risk. A full rawhide set, the Phoenix Crimson set with the Vespertine bow, and just another bone blade, bloody cloth survivor. We're facing smoggos. I've already pre-prepared the decks. I'll shuffle those in a second. So we just have to go on to a hunt phase against little smoggos. If we're lucky tonight, we will get to the pariah fight, and we may do it. It'll just depend on how we're going for time and how I'm feeling. And the last time I did three hunts in one session, the third one was an absolute tragedy, and we really should not have done it. So let's depart. So everyone's got insanity when they depart, which is great. That camera's being very annoying. We're just doing a random event, and it is indeed a random event. And we roll 38. Let's find 38. When that camera starts doing that, it is very frustrating. I'm not sure if it's the cable or the camera. It's probably the camera, it's a bit old. Oh, 38's Gregalope. Cool. 38 Gregalope. If any survivor has the strategist, we do not have strategist. We start a showdown with a level 2 Screaming Antelope. We literally cannot catch the Gregalope. Well, add our movement to the roll, actually. So Jellybean's movement 5. She rolls a 5, that's a 10. The Gregalope is too fast. It's gone before we know it. Very good. Smoggo event. A beached mud whale. If anyone is wearing heavy armour, we are not. All survivors gain +1 survival. That's actually glorious because our survival is ordinary. Roll a random event. 63 is feet. So we have 1, 2, 3 insane survivors. Yeah, so we just have to roll, each insane survivor has to roll a random hunt event. So, Peppermint Tea, 39. 39. Gregalope. I should really staple these so they're in the right order. Heavy Mist. Let's see if we roll. We roll odd. If the result is odd, they get turned around, roll again. Peppermint Tea. 0-1. That's Broken Lanterns. So we gain a courage on Peppermint Tea. That's exciting. It's getting us closer to that Speaker Cult Knife. And we will investigate a 5. Gain a Broken Lantern. Great. Okay, so that's her done. So now the next person has to roll. Oh, there it is. The next person has to roll, and that is Turkish Delight. Turkish Delight rolls 64. She almost got more feet. More feet, more feet. Ooh, a Stone Fountain. Any survivor may consume. If they do, they gain a courage. All right, well, I think we will consume with Peppermint Tea as, again, a reason to try and do stuff. So, yep, so that is water refreshing. Great, but she gains a courage. And I guess there's probably, so what does you get? Hemophobia disorder. Eh. I mean, hemophobia is not that bad. You suffer monster level event damage to the body. Speaking of, you get one to the body from your thing. Red Bull, you don't get one to the body. Peppermint tea, you get one to the body. And the Scout gets one to the body. Yeah, we'll have the Scout. No, we'll have, I mean, it's just a courage. Hemophobia disorder is you get knocked down with a bleed token. I don't know why I'm making this harder than it has to be. It's a courage for everyone, really. We'll go Jelly Bean. She'll have a drink. Jelly Bean rolls a 7. It's water, it's refreshing. She gains a courage. Perfect. That'll do. So we don't have to do a thing. So our third person is rolling a random hunt event. They roll 42. And that is a surgeon. Oh. Okay. Cool. So we'll move to here, and we have an abandoned camp. Nominate a survivor to investigate. Great, we'll choose the person who has all of the armour, which is Jelly Bean. And Jelly Bean will roll the green dice. She rolls a Lantern 10. I would have preferred a 5 to 9. Gain an understanding. Good work, Jelly Belly. That's it, we make it to the showdown. Alright. So, as I said, I've prepared everything, which is always good. So, we have to randomise a song. Sing me a song, the last that is gold. Oh, could that last be mine? Songs. We have a single random terrain card. Something good would be good, you know? Debris, alright. Debris is good. We can get something out of debris. Hopefully a random basic resource is what we will get. We'll just use a survivor corpse, that'll be fine. And where's that set up? Adjacent to any board edge. We'll probably just let the Scout go grab it. Cool, and we have the incense there as well. Cool, and now we'll just shuffle this. So it's 8 basics and 4 advanced. And we'll shuffle this. It's none of the overtone cards in the deck, so we're fine. Cut, done. All right, so the showdown. We've set up behind these peanuts with our Fist and Tooth survivor. So it's just going to be a matter of let's get as many resources out of these pillocks as we can. Yeah. So we will start with Fist and Tooth, and we'll move 1, 2 into the blind. So that person has a guilt token for starting in that rear, and they will swing with Fist and Tooth. So their accuracy for Jelly Bean is 1, in the blind is 2, so we're looking for 6s to hit. That's a 7 and a 6, it's 2 hits. So we find an impervious super dense location and a reflex. You suffer bash and knockback 6. This one is, oh, reveal a top 5. Full move all smog singers away from you. Okay, so we're critting on 8s. Yeah. I actually probably want to try and critical that before I critical that. This one's okay if we don't critical. That's a critical, so we gain a gaseous belly and an insanity. So there's a gaseous belly. That means the reflex does not trigger. And this one is not a critical, and she is strength 1. So it's not a wound either. Because they're toughness 8, aren't they? Oh, they're toughness 7. It is a wound. What a legend. Okay, so we have to reflex discard any that are not the trap. Reveal the top 5 hit locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No Song of Murder, they all get discarded. So she's done. That's it. Okay, we'll shoot with the Vespertine bow. No, we'll do the Scout. Scout will just move 1, 2, 3 to get away. Let's do the white speaker. 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll swing with Fist and Tooth. Actually, she speed 6. No, that was Scout done, Jelly Bean done. Peppermint Tea. Yeah, the Candy's speed 6. She's outrageous. That's an 8 and a 4, so that's one hit. We find this one. Peppermint Tea is critting on 9s, I think. So it's not a critical, but it is a wound. So that goes there. We need to get a guilt token from the wound we did there. And she needs to get a guilt token there. So Turkish Delight, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turkish Delight, Fist and Tooth. That's a 9 and a 6, so that's only one hit. That's a critical, so going to random resource. We do not have 3 guilt tokens. Cool. 1 wound, monster resource. Very nice. And the Vespertine bow is the last one. We're going to shoot the Vespertine bow on a single shot, and we're going to shoot it at a further range, so we can make it range 9. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the reason I'm doing this is the trap is particularly bad against range weapons. It's actually quite punishing. So that's a perfect hit, which doesn't mean anything. Well, what do you know? All survivors are doomed. If that's a good time to do that. Yeah, so full move, the smog goes towards the survivor. So they are speed 6, are they not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2. Okay, so anyone in their song zone suffers an emotional breakdown. So the Scout, if we go over here, emotional damage. All right, the Scout has 0. So the Scout, that was it beautifully timed, Dano, beautifully timed. Oh, come on. Okay, Scout gains 1 understanding. You meet the monster's gaze without guilt. Gain 1 understanding, limit once per showdown. Excellent. Red Bull, also, no tokens. Gains an understanding. Well done. Turkish Delight is... did a wound? Yep. So Turkish Delight has 1 full move away from the monster and suffer brain damage. So she's in a full move away from the monster. It's the end of our turn now, so that's fine. So she's just going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's not in it. She is in it. She's got 1. Peppermint, so she's going to suffer 1. And full move away from the monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's it. Not a... Oh, she was actually knocked down, wasn't she? So she can't full move. Oh, no, you can. You can still move when you're knocked down. Okay, Song of Murder, done. The attacker and all survivors in the smog zone suffer an emotional breakdown. Very good. Okay, promising. That's our turnover. Oh, we got Surge. All right, he'll Surge to pick up the debris. Because we do have a little bit of survival now. Red Bull. Surge. Oh, pick up the debris. Rolls a 7. Gain a Bone Blade. I don't want a Bone Blade, man. I want a basic resource. Oh well. We've got another Bone Blade if we want it. We don't. Cool. So that's it. It's now their turn. So we will draw their first AI card and they get Momentary Rest. The closest threat. Okay, so these guys move, intimidate. No, they just turn. You gain a survival and add 1 to the head location. Perfect. So gain a survival, add 1 to the head location. Perfect. Scout, gain 1 to the head. Gain a survival. Perfect. And Turkish Delight is the next one. And so she is going to gain a survival and gain an armor to the head. However, all of those people gain a guilt token. So 1 guilt token, Turkish gets a guilt token, and the Scout gets a guilt token. Cool. Back to our turn. Singing, singing. So we'll shoot the bow. Again, single shot. We roll a hit. So we critical on 9s, 8s. And if we fail, we can pursue. So we do a wound, but we don't critical, so that goes there. We gain a guilt token. He will Surge, I guess. This is the next turn, so he can do that. He'll shoot again. He hits on anything but, so that was a hit. So 4 is a failure because he's strength 1, the Vespertine bow is 1. Okay. So nothing happens, no wound. And I guess he'll just stay where he is. Our Fist and Tooth proficiency, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will swing with Fist and Tooth. That's 2 hits, including a perfect hit. There is a wound reaction, and there is another wound reaction. Cool, so the first one, that's a critical, sorry, we're going to do this one. Okay, so that's another token. That one there. We gain a Whistle Tooth, but the monsters gain a +1 damage token. And this one, so 4 is not a wound. And that's that. We will Surge with Jelly Bean. Does she get her survival back? She does. She'll make her attack. Again, 1 hit. Critting on an 8. That's a critical. Gain an Insanity, a permanent strength, and a guilt token. 1, 2. So she's now at 5 guilt tokens. That is a cause for concern. But she has just gained herself a permanent strength, which is magnificent. Okay. So the trap is potentially a problem now because she has 5 guilt tokens. What does that do? Oh, suffer vibration damage equal to your guilt tokens and bash. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we'll probably just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fist and tooth. 7 is a single hit with her trap. Okay. So the Smog Singers, the attacker gains a guilt token. That guy is going to move away because he does not need to be in range. The scout is also not attacking, so he's going to move away because that's dumb. Great. I know it doesn't matter anyway, that they weren't attacked. Yeah, it's just the attacked Smog Singer. So it's those two. So she's got 2, which means she full moves away from the monster. Boop. And suffers monster level brain damage. She suffers 1. And Jelly Bean, she's got 5, suffer vibration damage tokens equal to your guild tokens and suffer bash. So bang, she suffers 1 damage to everything. And bash, she is knocked down. That is fine. No one else can get in range. So that's going to be our turn. We'll move Peppermint Tea closer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll call it a day. AI card. The Grand Jetty! There's no performance anxiety. And so it's the furthest threat in range. Okay, so here, this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to go here. What happens to the survivors? Place the monster in the closest unoccupied spaces. The target suffers monster level brain damage. Okay, so she's going to suffer 1 brain damage. The scout's going to be targeted by this guy. And he's going to be targeted by this guy. So Red Bull 1. Lemon Lime Bitters 1. That is, once again, all knocked down like absolute chumps. Oh no, we don't knock them down. That would have been so dumb. Okay, so she'll stand up. We'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. She will swing with Fist and Tooth. 2 hits. There's a first strike. And there's a wound reaction. Reroll your successful hits from this attack with -2 accuracy. Boo! 8 and 9. So we have to do that one first. That's an 8, which is a critical. So they have a persistent injury deflated. And that's an 8, which is a critical. Gain a random Smog Singer's resource and reveal the top AI. Where is the... Oh yeah, here. When you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains an insanity. That'll be her. Okay, so we get to look at this. Great, a Grand Jetty. She's done wounds, but she's actually going to start singing. She's going to spend her survival to sing. Oh, well done, Jelly Bean. That's a surge. Does she gain the survival back? She does, so she's still actually at 5 survival. Well done. And she discards all of her guilt tokens. Wonderful. When you gain a guilt token, suffer brain damage too. No thanks. Alright, we'll attack with Fist and Tooth with Turkish Delight. That is a single perfect hit. There is a reflex. Oh, we're going to sing unless we roll a critical. That's a 9, it's a critical. It's been on tonight. All survivors gain an accuracy token. Get out of here. Oh, fluted bone. Alright, well now that we've got an accuracy token on everyone, I guess Turkish will surge. Turkish has a guilt token, so she's got 3 wounds now. Whatever, man. That's a 5, that's a single hit. Critical on a 9. That's a 6. It is a wound, but it's not a critical. So we're going to get rid of one of these. We're going to discard the top 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that aren't the trap. Ooh, okay, so trap's on top. Discard any that are not the trap, then shuffle the remaining hit location deck with the discard pile. Okay. I reckon we just shoot with our Vespertine bow guy. Hitting on a 2+, single shot. That's a 5. Critting on a 9, on 8, sorry. That's a 10, that's a critical. If you have 3+ guilt tokens, we do. We've just done 2 wounds and killed it. Idiots! I wanted to get more resources from you chumps. Great stuff. Glorious Showdown. Took us all of about 12 minutes. Alright, Smoggos. 4 basic, 4 Smogs. We gain the Colosseum, 1 Hunt XP and 1 Weapon Proficiency level, but no one actually had Weapon Proficiency. We will complete the Showdown. We'll gain 1 Hunt XP. Yet we got some people achieving Age, which is great. We'll return and advance the year. And we're going to have a settlement event. And then another settlement event called Acid Storm. Let's go over here and do that. So another 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why couldn't I get pink flesh? There's like 15 pink fleshes and I got none of them. That's the one we want for the thing. I think we got the hat, which is good. And for basics, one, 2, 3, 4. Great. That one's more lucrative. And we'll do our settlement event. Split it into 2 piles. The left pile is 1 to 5. So it's this pile, and we're just going to count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have birth. We've gone death and then birth in the first 2 years. Oh, and we've got some perfect resources we could archive. Okay, we'll find and do Acid Storm as well. So Acid Storm is mostly positive if you don't roll poorly. So each returning survivor must archive a gear card on a 1, so just don't roll a 1. Hey! We will be using a lifetime reroll on one of our jank survivors. I don't think we'll do it on Coconut Ruff because she's got 3 strength, so let's just go Curly Whirly, and there's a reason for that, which we'll talk about. So that's at 2. The survivor with the highest insanity runs into the storm. They must skip the next hunt. 2, 1, 2, 5 for Alistair. Don't skip the next hunt, Alistair, you idiot. Alright. We can't do music endeavours, but we do get +2 to all art endeavours, which is nice. We don't have nightmare training, but we may get cooking. Cool. So the next story event that we have now is The Fiend. And then we've got Missing Statue. So Missing Statue is fine. LM Missing Statue. Some of the greatest artwork. Let's grab out our Pariah book. And let's do The Fiend. What a guy. Look at him. What a puss bucket he is. What an absolute scumbag. He just comes in, we suffer -1 population, we nominate a survivor to flinch. So that survivor is going to be Alistair. He gains codependent, which is fine. We suffer -1 population. Oh no, not Curly Whirly. Dead, we gain... remind me, I haven't played Graves in a long time. Is it 2 when they die in the showdown phase? Or 2 when they die in the settlement phase? Graves. Survivor dies during the settlement phase, gain 1. Perfect. Thank you. Excellent. Yes, now this guy, he's like, please don't hurt me. But he's actually a scumbag. We archive 2 resources as well. Scumbag! Stop stealing my stuff. We've got an organ and a hide, which we'll archive from our hunt that we just did. From this absolute trollop of a human being. Or survivor guy. Now, we have a decision. We gain 2 innovations, which is the precious fragments and implanted memories. We nominate a survivor to receive the poisoned chalice. We get both of these. Precious fragments and implanted memories. Oh, precious fragments we need to add. I don't know. Precious fragments. Okay, so we can't trigger white speaker and we can't trigger stuff, but departing survivors gain 1 understanding. If a survivor would trigger white secret, we instead trigger dark secret. Scumbag. Absolute scumbag. Okay, so we gain these pattern items. Patterns. Bow scab. Halberd scab. Sword scab. Knife scab. Maul scab. Sword scab. Great. So that's all good. We're happy with that. We got birth. That's so good. Great. Now we have to choose one of these. If you have less than 9 courage. If you have 9 courage, choose a weapon type and gain weapon proficiency levels until you reach mastery. Seer's Eye. Suffer the blind, severe head injury. Your blood-clouded sight swells with shadowy visions. Gain 1 understanding and 1 permanent luck. Or a broken leg and a permanent speed. So we could give it to Candy and give her a Rageaholic, and that actually benefits Candy because she wants to clear off disorders. So let's do Candy. Do we need her to have 4 permanent strength when she's got a luck? She gains an understanding, which will also get her Tinker. Red Bull's got an understanding. Jelly Bean's got an understanding. So Jelly Bean might be a better option. She's got a luck. Actually, all right, let's go. We'll go Red Bull. So now that I've played, this is a risk. This is a big risk. You're basically saying in 7 or 8, maybe that might be 10 hunts or whatever, you got to roll a 10. And if you don't roll a 10, you lose. It's awesome. It's also scary. So yeah, we'll play it safe. We'll take Rageaholic and permanent strength and an understanding on Red Bull. Soft option, Deno. Soft option. Let's do missing statue. So we're nominating a survivor. And we're going to nominate a pair of survivors. So this one's an important roll. So we're going to use the lucky blue dice. I have never rolled an 8, 9, 10, and I'd really like to. So I think we definitely want to... Yeah, we definitely want to not roll a 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to try and gamble here. We're going to take peppermint tea and we're going to take a nuffy, like, not cherry ripe, she's good. Not lemon lime and bitters. Yeah, pass it, a bounty. So bounty and peppermint tea, lovely combination, are going out to examine the Bone Hunter missing statues. Come on, Dano. That's a 1, so we're going to use the re-roll of the pacifist, which is whatever his name is. We'll switch dice. Bounty. So Bounty's re-roll is also gone. Come on. Into a 6. Damn. Okay, they each gained 1 understanding. They would have gained a courage, and that would have been matchmaker on Peppermint Delight. Peppermint tea. Okay, she gains an understanding. And returning survivors gain an insanity. So Jelly Bean, 1 insanity. Peppermint tea, not a returning survivor. Oh no, she is. She gains an insanity. I really want 8, 9, 10. Now I really want to get partnership for free. Damn, you can't re-roll failed re-roll, so that's fine, but that would have been really good. Really, really good. Insanity on Turkish. And an insanity on lemon lime and bitters. Great. And who was the other one? Yeah, the pacifist got an understanding too. So good work, idiot. What's your name? Bounty. Idiot. You're about to die. We've got a birth. We've got to decide what we're going to do with our organs. Okay, I think that's all of our story events. Yes, yes, yes. We've got a birth. Perfect. How many endeavours do we have to play with? 7! Man. Collective toil. So yeah, we're going to kill Bounty to make one of the scab weapons. We're going to make maybe a scab bow or something. Okay. We probably go after Smoggos again. And try and... 1, 2, 3... Oh my goodness. Try and hit them up again. So, Singing Tongue. I use my fluted bone. Singing Tongue. Whistle Tooth. Tail Fat. Vocal Cords. Pink Flesh. Fluted Bone. Fluted Severed Head. Whistle Tooth. Delicate Hand. And a Gaseous Belly. We do have to add the Coriseum. And let's see if we can craft some bits of armour. The hat. Give me the hat. Yes. What does it require? Gaseous belly and a singing tongue. So I'm definitely crafting a hat. The hat is awesome. Singing cap. Perfect. Now, the breastplate is a pink flesh and a skull. The boots are a pink flesh and a hand. The gloves are a hand and a tail fat. So yeah, we'll craft the gloves. So that's fine. So yeah, it's either boots or breastplate. We need a green down. So yeah, we're going to go the blue up, which is the breastplate. Craft. Now at this point, I think we can justify having clothed and satiated. We've killed enough to get that in terms of clothed and satiated, so that's fine. The ham fluter, that's a pretty cool weapon, isn't it? Ballad of Perfection. 7 cards in the wound stack. This whistles while you swing. I do like clubs. Was there anything else we could craft that was worth looking at? Ham fluter. Spear of Life and Spinning Sword. Spear of Life's good, isn't it? Spinning Sword. Gain 2 evasion against range at the spinning swords, baby. 2 on a 7. I do think a spear is probably our go. What do you require? A fluted bone and a whistle tooth. Ugh. I wanted to use that fluted bone, really. Alright, can we craft anything from the crockery that I didn't see before? Dagger and guitar. We can make another crimson dress. We can make finger darts. No. Okay, so let's do a innovate. And then we're probably just gonna... Yeah, let's just do the innovate, I think. So what are we gonna spend resources-wise? Story. We've got to decide if we want to do this perfect bone situation. Broken lantern, perfect hide, perfect organ. Can we craft from the outskirts? Okay, crocodile. These are all very useful things. Smoggos. Oh. So that's an organ, so we're going to dish up a vocal cords. For bone, the pale fingers are also a hide. They're such high value resources. I do not want to give those up. Tiny ear doesn't do anything really, so we'll give away that as a hide. What do we got here? A bone, great cat bones, done. That's our thing. Okay, huge flip here because I would love to get character. All right, come on, Dano. Come on, Dano. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? You get to flip 4 of these, you idiot. All right, 1, hovel. Character. Storytelling. And paint. Oh, I didn't want to see paint. Paint giving us dash is just like so essential, but character, we can start getting cool bonuses for our survivors. Increases our survival limit. Hovel, departing survivors gain a survival. We get to get closer to Clan of Death. Character has no intrinsic benefit unless we start having babies. I did say I wanted to get character, but man, paint is so hard to turn up. I'm going to take a punt, and I'm going to take character, and that may be a choice that I come back to bite me, but yeah. It's a terminal thing, so it doesn't add anything to the deck. So we do need to build the character deck now. And we are going to get a new survivor. I think we're going to archive a hide and an organ to gain a... Oh, do we want to archive an organ? The hide's an evasion and a green affinity, so we're definitely archiving a hide. Cherry Ripe and Chomp have had a baby. This will be Summer Roll. She's a female. So she gets a permanent evasion and a permanent green affinity. So we're archiving a perfect hide for that. Yeah, the organ is a speed. I don't think we'll archive the organ. Do we want to flip a fluted bone or do we want to take a ham fluter? Do we want to flip a fluted bone or do we want to take a ham fluter? It's an interesting question, Deno. It's a very interesting question. It is an instrument. All right, we need to do some age rolls. Just explain to me again how Bra ever does this without Scribe, because it is ridiculous. All right, age milestones. Your time in the darkness changes you. So, Peppermint Tea is our white speaker in training. So she's going to get an age roll. She rolls, and she rolls a 10, which is a random fighting art. Oh. Oh. What? Free climber. Great. Refined is a refined is a keyword that I'm pretty sure you basically just get to re-roll. I've got to look that up. Kingdom Death Glossary. Kingdom Death Glossary. Oh. I'm sure it is you can re-roll missed hits, or is it? When it fails to wound, you may re-roll the wound attempt to attack, limit once per attack. Glorious. Okay, that is just absolutely ridiculous for her. So she's going to take Fist and Tooth, unsurprisingly, for her proficiency. We don't have the dagger yet, so we can't do that. Man, if we could get a permanent courage, my goodness. Now, when we gain her first age milestone, she gains Leyline Walker, which is an ability. And it's a cool ability. It's hard to work though. Leyline Walker. When there is no armor or accessory gear in your grid, gain 3 evasion. No armor or accessories. Okay, so she's just going to rock around with the Phoenix mask, I reckon. Good work, Peppermint Tea. You are my new favourite character. Jelly Belly. Jelly Belly's going to roll her age roll. She rolls a 4. She gains a permanent strength. Her proficiency, I was also going to go Fist and Tooth with her because she's got a luck. But maybe we give her a bow proficiency and she can rock the Vespertine bow. She doesn't have rolling gait though. Any other ones that might be good? Whip. Do we want to try a whipping? Guitar. What was that? What was that weapon? We had a spear. Interesting. We really want a deadly weapon to maximise the luck. The only deadly weapons we've got access to, because we don't have the Gorm, we don't have Grand Weapon Rib Blade, we don't have Lion Beast Katar. What has the Spider got? Has he got a deadly weapon? I don't remember any of the Spider's gear. I suppose we could go for Weapon Crafter and get a Zanbato. Spidercules, where are you? Silk Whip! Throwing Knife, doesn't have one. Scimitar's no good. Axe Spear. Hooded Scrap Katar, not deadly. What an interesting conundrum. Any of these Blood Glass cards got deadly? No. Okay, that's a conundrum. The Silk Whip is interesting. On a perfect hit, you may archive a mood instead of drawing a hit location. Silk Mastery. We're making this a lot harder than it needs to be. Go with the bow, Deno. That's the safest and most correct option. Done. Jelly Bean. Red Bull. Red Bull's going to roll. He rolls double ones. Gain a permanent evasion. His weapon proficiency can be sword, which is a good one. And I think that's all of our age 2s that we just got. What is happening? Alright, can we craft anything from the outskirts at this juncture? I don't think we can. So that requires hollow stones. That requires 3 broken lanterns. Scout whistle, no. The blood pack, no. Okay, so we will spend a thing to hollow stone. Done. It's a strange resource. Did we get anyone leveling up their understanding to 3? No, so Red Bull's going to go and, oh, we need to, so the baby that we had, which was Summer Roll is actually going to get a character card because of her being named after that. And we can dodgy that up a bit. It's not dodgy, but you don't name the survivor until you actually name them. So, all right. So we're going to add glamorous. Oh, glamorous. I'll put this on so we can see all the cool artwork. The glamorous. The soloist. The crabby. The bright side. The watched. The tough. We've got some great survivors already. Might not be enough to take out God Hand, but we'll probably give it a very big shout if things keep going this way. The versatile. The adventurer. Natural healer. The gatherer. The hoarder. The parent. The mighty. The queen. The hunger. The sword. The ardent. The unfettered. Pretty good, that one. For an impairment. The clever. The magma. The bow. The bright knives. The sanctimonious. Only the lonely. Great. All right, so what we're going to do now is randomly draw one, but that's not going to be the one we're taking because I like doing this by hand with the cards. So the glamorous would be sick, so we can get the bodysuit happening. What did we get? We got the tough. Oh, this person is unkillable. And this will be one and done as well. Look at that evasion. That is glorious. Okay, so Summer Roll's going out. Yes. Candy is going out. Yes. Alistair can't go out. Peppermint Tea is going out. Yes. Jelly Bean is going out. Yes. Red Bull is going out. Yes. That's 5 survivors. That is all we can take. So the question is, do we archive a fluted bone and try and roll an 8+? If we do, we've got Song of the Brave and we go after level 2 smogs. Almost certainly. Almost certainly. It's an 8+. 2 chances at an 8+. I couldn't roll it before. If I rolled it, it'd be fucking glorious. Okay, Song of the Brave. Coolio. So we basically get a free music innovation. And we add the Song of the Brave things to the deck, which I think is just Saga, which is stunning. This has been an absolutely outrageous start to this campaign. I do not think anything has gone wrong at any point, basically. Saga gets added to the deck. Where's my innovation deck gone? There. There's just, everything has gone right. The timing of things has been wonderful. Yep. Okay, so I've got a lot of endeavours to spend. I've got 5 endeavours to spend. So probably one of them is we use Mentor to give Summer Roll so we use Mentor to give Turkish Delight an Age roll. No, we don't actually have anyone that's 3. So we can't do Mentor for him. But we can Mentor Summer Roll, so we'll do her 1. So she'll get a thing in the next year. And we got a person to kill if we want, so that's fine. Okay, so departing survivors gain an understanding. Drums, we don't need to. We can't do anything with drums. Symposium, silent dialect, language, death pact. We could special innovate pictograph, but I don't think we need to. So yeah, it's literally just either clean the drafting table or augury. Three hide and an organ for a leather worker. It's all such good value stuff though. 1 perfect table, I'm not giving that up. So I guess we're not making the ham fluter then, Deno. We can? Okay, I'll make a ham fluter. That sounds fine. That'll do us. I'm not going to do anything else, so I'm just going to clean the drafting table to try and get some seed patterns so we can chase some of those. Now, do I want to build a scab gear? That's the question. Level 2 smogs? Is that absolutely wild? I mean, it is, but level 2 croc might be better. Get some more of his resources. This has been a ridiculous start. I'm so happy. So we did one of those, and we'll do, a drafting table. That's a 4, so that's gain understanding once per lifetime. Who hasn't used the drafting table yet? Candy has. Red Bull could get it. We won't worry about... actually we will. We'll do Peppermint Tea. She will gain the drafting table a bonus. I'll just make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong there. Yep, gain understanding once per lifetime. Okay, so won't be doing any more with her. Pacifist. There's a seed pattern. We'll go again. That's an understanding once per lifetime. Last one. Okay. Drafting table once per lifetime. No problems. We gain one seed pattern, and that seed pattern is something good. Come on, Dano, get us something good. It is Weaponsmith's Hammer. We need a tinker and we need scrap smelting. It's not too bad. That's a lot of green affinities. Alright, let's have a serious think about who we hunt here. Level 2 smogs we can absolutely annihilate because we have a free Song of the Brave. They're chumps. So, do we go for them? Let's do our gear grids first. Okay, so, survivors. So this is where it starts to get a little bit boring streaming this, I'm afraid, so I apologise. Candy and Cola. So Candy's going out for her first hunt. She's got a gladiator garb and a sharpened heel. So let's put Candy in the Smoggo gear. So we can get her crappening with these bandages. Look at this. This is glorious. She's got a luck, so we're giving her a lucky charm. Can we get 3 greens on her as well? Oh, goodness me. Can we? No. Okay, so that's a sick thing for Candy, and here she is, the sweet pink girl, ready to go. Scaraboss, this is Lantern Year 3, my friend. We've just had the Pariah come and join our settlement. He's a chump, but it's going so well I can barely describe. So there's beautiful Candy and Cola, ready to go out on a hunt. Her gear grid, we are going to give her singing cap, bandages, a lucky charm, a singing breastplate, and a singing gloves. Okay, that there, that there, that there, that there, that there, and that is that. Okay, so we're going to give her clothed and satiated. Don't you dare tell me you haven't got it in here, Scribe Guy. I'm putting it in. You can't do this to me. Armor sets. You sneaky guy. Clothed and satiated. Okay, so she has 1 luck from the lucky charm. She gets cheaper ballads, she can remove bleeding tokens, she can ignore hits. She's stunning. She's absolutely stunning. This is just ridiculous, Dano. Oh, oh, oh. Why can't she, what can't she do there? Why can't she encourage? Why isn't Candy allowed to encourage? Wonder if she can fist bump. Okay, Candy's gear grid done. Jelly Bean, so we definitely need Jelly Bean to get the Vespertine bow cranking. She's our bow wielder. So she's in Rawhide with a Vespertine bow. Perfect, we just need to make that the Vespertine bow. And we probably will clear her monster grease. I'm actually okay with her having monster grease. Save. Let's put a green affinity down there, just for aesthetics. Very nice. Okay, so this is a Crimson Guard set. So we do have that. We don't have a blue though. Gain 1 survival and 1 insanity when you attack. Peppermint Tea. Okay, so Peppermint Tea is wearing no armor in her gear grid. So we actually want to give her the monster grease. She's going to be fighting with Fist and Tooth as well. So I'd really just love some generic resources right now so that I could make some like utility gear. Bandages, lucky charm. What else can we give her? So bloody cloth will go here. I need a blue. Why can't I get blue affinities at this juncture? This is ridiculous. Give me some more blues. Okay, so Peppermint Tea is our Leyline Walker. Her Fist and Tooth gear has got refined. What an outrageous, absolutely outrageous turn of events. Free climber, you pest. Alright, so Summer Roll, are you our scout? No, let's make you... Yeah, you're just probably the scout, aren't you? Okay. Yeah, we're going to give you the Phoenix Mask, so you at least got some armor on your melon. Cool, so we're just going to make a new one. We'll delete that, we don't need that anymore. And this will be called Ley Line Walker. Ley Line. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, ba ba ba. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla, ba ba ba. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? 1, 2, 3, 4 evasion. Perfect. Departure bonuses. Let's get her the fecal salve so she gets an insanity or a survival when she departs. Great. Fecal salve. Alright, so she's going to swing with fist and tooth, but let's give her a bone blade as a backup. Let's give the scout a bone blade and a bloody cloth, nothing else. Wow, she's actually probably the best possible scout we could have because she's going to be evasion a lot. Can't get a bonus speed though. Okay. Red Bull. Red Bull's going to be a club guy because we've got the ham fluter. So that's fine. Loadouts. We're going to copy this one. We're deleting that. Copying that. And this is called ham fluter. Or am fluter. Great. So it's a bloody cloth. Come on down. Crimson dress, crimson guard, clear, ham fluter, clear. So we do have clothed and satiated. We don't have a luck. And I need, maybe I'll make a skull helm actually. That's probably not a bad call. Bonesmith, skull helm. Never a bad option. No, I've got a skull. Yeah, I had a skull from the fluted severed head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give myself a skull helm and I'm going to drop one of those pale fingers. Okay. That's fine. Skull helm gets me very happy with that gear grid, and it also gets us another red, which is nice. I reckon I'm going to buy the third lucky charm. Yep. Okay, this has been a more in-depth hunt phase or settlement phase, but this is often the time when you need to get your because your resources are so limited that you have to get this right. If you don't get it right, yeah, you put yourself in a really unfortunate position. So she's fist and tooth, but she's now bow. That's fine. She's our scout. I need a dude with a club. I'm going to the model case to get a dude with a club and a chick with a bow. Dude with a club, chick with a bow. I reckon we used Urza last time. Let's use, no, she's got a whip. The crossbow chick I used. That's a cool guy actually, we'll take him over, he's good. And she's got a sword. Alright, it's that chick. I got so many cool models. Yeah. All right. So she's got a bow, which is the Vespertine bow. He's got a club, which is excellent. There's a couple of models spare. We're good to go. Now, do we hunt a Smoggos or do we hunt a crocodile? The crocodile probably concerns me less. However, we don't have dash, which means we can't get away from his rolls. So I think we'll go level 2 Smogs. Okay. Decision made. Level 2 Smogs. Toughness 9. So they've got 1 legendary, 4 overtone cards. Alright, overtone, 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 overtone. Overtone singing gets added. Overtone, overtone, overtone. We definitely do not want to see Devil's Melody. Is that their only legendary card? No, they've got more than that, haven't they? Where are their other cards? Is that them there? No? I'm sure they've got 2 legendary cards. So we're going to see if Scribe Guy is as incredible as I think he is, and see if our survivors get the understanding when they depart. That would be pretty awesome if they did from the Pariahs thing. Have I put these in the wrong? They've definitely got more than one L. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I gave him a legendary card in the last showdown. Whoops. Lucky we didn't see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty. Singing songs. So our scout is Summer Roll. We are not leveraging her at all at the moment, but we do just need her to stay alive. So that'll do. Girl, boy, girl, girl, girl. Nice. We could almost hunt a level 3, I reckon, at this point. We literally are that close. We could hunt a level 3. We won't. 1, 2, 3. Because there's no value in it for us at this point. No value. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, Smog Singer's level 2. Lantern Year 3. We will depart. Does everyone gain an understanding? Oh, scribe guy hasn't. But we can just do that. So this all happened in the thingy phase. So let's bring up this. So when we gain understanding 3, we gain fighting art, story of blood. So this is a bra thing for peppermint tea. How fun. How fun. So fighting art, story of blood. I think we need to mark that in here. Yes, gain story of blood. Why aren't you letting me mark those? 1. Okay. So I think we should be able to give peppermint tea story in blood. No. So that might be in here. Fighting arts. White speaker, I think it was. th anniversary white speaker, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so she's got story of blood. And I'm going to grab that out because why not? Story of blood 1. The first time you gain a bleeding token, gain a survival. Cool. That's fine. So we're over here. We're going to turn that picture off. Was that in addition to age milestone? Instead perform it. Yeah, great. So 3 understanding. Perfect. So the other 2 will gain Tinker. Red Bull is understanding 3, so he's going to gain Tinker. And he'll do his roll on the thing 4. 3 survival and 3 insanity maybe in the insight. Technically the settlement phase, gain an endeavour, so we're going to gain an extra endeavour next phase. Summer roll, no. Peppermint tea, jelly bean, no. Candy. So Candy is also a tinker, and Candy rolls a 6, which is another. So we've got 2 bonus endeavours next year, which is going to be crazy. We can fight some little idiot. What are those little idiots called now? Bone Eaters. We could fight Bone Eaters this year. First event is a random event. 69. Nice. It's not Prospector, that's 79. This is a bad one. This is Phoenix flies overhead, isn't it? Time lapse. If a settlement has fought a phoenix, we understand the phenomenon. We have not fought a phoenix. We are not anywhere near fighting a phoenix. We are miles away, in fact. We roll a 7, though. That should be okay. The survivors' minds fill with alien memories. They are no longer just themselves. They walk differently and speak with strange accents. Each survivor a new name and 1 survival for being named. Each survivor gains 1 hunt XP. Oh, that's actually just pretty good. Alright, so she's going to gain a hunt XP. Boom. She's going to gain a survival. I'm not going to rename Candy. She's going to gain a disorder. Battle drunk. Fine. Okay, Jelly Bean is going to gain a new name. Because she gains a new name, she's going to gain a character card. So we'll do that by drawing out the character card. This is just outrageous. Outrageous. All right, Jelly Bean is now the Mighty. Grand weapons in your gear grid gain barbed 4. Jelly Bean the Mighty. And her name is now Jelly. She would gain a lifetime reroll back, but she doesn't. She is at max survival. Peppermint Tea. Is this going to be Peppermint? She gains a survival. Oh, sorry, we had to give her a random disorder too, didn't we? Hyperactive, okay. Motion sickness, whenever you... Okay, that's fine. She is also going to get a character card. And her character card is... Come on, be one of the good ones. Natural Healer. It's actually awful because she's never going to have... she's never going to have much injuries because she's just all about dodging. Damn, that's a shame. Okay, still good. Red Bull. Let's call this guy Sugar-Free Red Bull. And he's going to gain a disorder. Narcissistic. No. Hang on, why have we got narcissistic? Isn't that from the Flower Knight? I think that's from the Flower Knight, isn't it? So we actually need to clear that out. Disorders. Yes. Ghostly Beauty and Narcissistic. Get out of here. Survivors. Sugar-Free Red Bull. We're going to clear Narcissistic and we're going to try again. Cool. If you have Insanity, perfect. Summer, she is going to gain a new character card ability. She get 2? Oh, she can have 2 character cards. Get out of here. She's got bright knives. She's a dagger. She's got daggers, baby. And she's got disorder. Revenge. So she automatically ages. This is just ridiculous. Okay, age. She rolls a 6, which is an 8, which is a random fighting art. Oh, Mighty Strike is such a good one. Okay, Phobophobia. So you gain a Hunt XP. You gain a Hunt XP. Candy wasn't getting one. Sugar-Free Red Bull, did we deal him one? We didn't, no, okay. So she's got Bright Knives and the Tough. She's got Natural Healer. She's got the Mighty, so he's going to deal himself a new one. And he's got the Queen. Well, we're going to call it the King. That is an outrageous start. That is an absolutely outrageous start. We'll go here. A Dazzling Mural. We have not innovated paint, so we will gain 2 survival. The strategy just continues to pay off right now. Toenail. Nominate a survivor to roll 1d10. We can gain a monster bone on a 7. We will use the person who already has 2 stinky cards and has the ability to ignore the event damage, or not ignore it, but yeah, we'll just roll a 7. No, okay, so we're going to gain a -1 speed token and suffer 1 event damage to the arms. That's on her. With Song of the Brave, we can ignore that, so that's fine. Over here, another random event, we will roll 86. I love this game. I'm having an absolutely wonderful time. Putrid Tunnels. Oh my god, that's bad. I don't want anyone to get leprosy. Except for maybe the chick at the end. Alright, Candy. Candy is not leprosy. Next person along. Jelly's got leprosy. Oh. It's fine. Like, it's actually pretty good. You suffer a lot less damage from each hit. But if it gets through, it's bad. Next person along, Peppermint. That's a 3. Next person along, that's a 2. Last person, this would be one I'd be happy to get it on. 5. No, okay. So we got 1 leprosy out of that. That's okay. Another one of these is Sensory Overload. The event revealer rolls 1d10, so this is Summer roll. She's just called Summer now too, I had to change her name. So Summer is going to add +1 to this roll. Okay. So she rolls a 4. Roll on the random hunt event table twice before moving along. If I get one that gets me courage, which is glorious. 98. Bloody Eyes. The event revealer may investigate. Gain a population. But if we roll 7+ at the start of the showdown, start the showdown immediately. No, we will not investigate. We'll ignore the trail. Second one on the hunt event table. 17. Face to face. You feel compelled to investigate, Summer. You gain a courage. You roll a 1. Spend 1d5 survival or reduce your understanding to 0. Understanding 2 is okay. Understanding 0 is fine. I don't think we want to spend a survival. We're not getting any extra. We'll spend, yeah, so all of our survival to retain our understanding. Okay, Overwhelming Darkness. Everyone gets to go on the thingy of the Brave. So we'll start with Summer. She rolls a 7. That is suffer -1 accuracy token. No, 1 event damage to the arms, I'm pretty sure. Let's check it. You'd think after the amount of times I've rolled on the Brave table, I'd be able to remember this, but no. 7 and 9. Suffer 1 event damage to your arms. Perfect. She got next person along. 7, 1 event damage to your arms. Great. Next person along. That's a 3, -1 accuracy token. Fine. She will archive with the speed token. 8, 1 event damage to your arms. Last person, it's a 6. So everyone other than Candy gets a survival. And she gets a -1 token that she will archive. So that's it. Here, random event. Like I would like to find Bone Eaters, but at the same time I wouldn't. 96, is that Bloody Eyes again? Or is that a different one? A Cloaked Stranger. The event revealer, which is Jelly. Okay. If we get a 9, that'd be sick. Nah, it's fine. Oh my god, we got a 9. The stranger orders you to organise a test of strength. Each survivor must roll 1d10. The highest scoring survivor wins the melee. The stranger marks their face with its glistening claw, granting them the Iron Will ability. You cannot be knocked down. Alright, roll from top down. Candy, she rolls a 4. Next person rolls a 6. Peppermint rolls a 6. Next person rolls an 8. And the last person rolls a 9. So our survivor of absolute summer ridiculousness has just got an Iron Whip. But everyone loses 4 survival. She can't be knocked down. That is so good. Okay, we lose 4 survival. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty bad. But yep. Fine. Okay. We make it to the showdown. What an absolutely outrageous turn of events. Absolutely outrageous. I have just... I'm sure we shuffled this already. Sure, we shuffled this already. We need to get a new terrain card. Hopefully we get a dead monster. Or just something awesome. Dead monster. Nightmare tree. No. We can get broken lanterns, I suppose. Let's just use the thing. I was going to go and grab the tree, but we'll just use the little thing. Where's that go? 5 spaces away from all board edges. All right. So I have to go there. Whew. We'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Okay. This has been probably my best recorded start to a campaign, I would think. I cannot think of a better recorded start. We're doing a peace offering, the guiltiest threat. We do not have one. So, Song of Smog. What does that say? The guiltiest threat. Yeah, you're only guilty while you have 3+ kill tokens. Okay, so we do Song of Smog. The monster moves 3 spaces away from as many survivors and assumes a peaceful pose. The monster is knocked down. If you wound the monster this turn, gains an additional token. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Let's start with Candy. Candy's going in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's actually speed 6, but it doesn't matter. The first time you gain a resource during the showdown, feed it to your phantom friend. Oh, we need to get her level up, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so she's going to swing with her sharpened heel. It is 3 on a 7+, but it goes to 3+ because this clown's knocked down. So that's just 1 hit. Come on, Candy. You can do better than that. Impervious Super Dance. Great start. Absolutely glorious start. She rolls a 1 and does absolutely nothing. She will surge. Try again, Candy. 1 hit again. Okay. A first strike. Suffer monster level vibration damage. 1, 2. That's an 8, and that is a critical because Candy has a luck. She has 2 luck, so that is a critical. Persistent injury, despondent. When the monster puts a mood into play on a Lantern 10, it suffers a wound. Candy unfortunately gains 2 guilt tokens as a result of that. We'll shoot the bow, the Vespertine bow. Where are you? So we can get, I think because it's knocked down, we just go for it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. So 3 speed on a 3 plus. 1, 2, 3, including 2 perfect hits. Has this guy got Mighty Strike? He does not. Okay. 3 hits. If he had Mighty Strike, goodness me. Oh, sorry, it's Jelly. Who got Mighty Strike? Someone got Mighty Strike. Anyway, 3 hit locations. 1, 2, 3. So these reactions are all ignored because these idiots are knocked down. She has strength 3 plus the Vespertine bow is 1, but she's critting on 8s and she's wounding on 3, 4. She's wounding on 5. So 8s to crit, 5s to wound. They're all good, so it doesn't matter. So that's a 4 to wound, we fail that one. That's a 4 to wound, we fail that one. That's a 2. We've just failed 3 times on the Vespertine bow. We'll surge. 3 more hits. I really would have liked to have done some wounds there. 1, 2, 3. Again, reactions are cancelled. First one, that's a wound. Second one, that's a critical. Oh, hang on a second. So that's 2 tokens because we did a wound. That guy's been removed from the board. That Smog Seeger is dead. And the last one, that's another wound. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That was better. Good work, Jelly Bean. So Jelly Bean and Candy have surged. So we're going to go with the white speaker. Peppermint. So she's got Fist and Tooth. She doesn't have a luck. She's Evasion 5, what a legend. Oh, what a legend. She's the only one who can reach. The other guy can't reach. So the other two are going to grab, hopefully, broken lanterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she'll swing the Fist and Tooth. She hits on a 3. That's a 7 and an 8. That's 2 hits. Remember, these are refined because of her thing. Reactions are cancelled. Oh my god, so she's actually got another 2 tokens. So she can re-roll that failed attempt, and that is a failed attempt. So she will re-roll that failed attempt. So that fails as well. And then this one, that also fails. Does she surge? Sure. 2 more hits, 7 and 7. Why couldn't you roll those before? Reactions are ignored. Reactions are ignored. In there. So that's an 8. That is not a critical. She doesn't have a luck, but it is a wound. We ignore that reaction. Boom. This one. That's another 8. So it's not a critical, but it is a wound. Go refined. Alright. The scout is going to move, attempt to pick up a broken lantern on a 6 plus. That's a 9, so that's 1 broken lantern procured. And each person can only get 1 per showdown, I think. Is that right? Yeah, each survivor may use this once per showdown. So she'll move 1, 2, 3. This guy will go to here. 4, 5. He rolls a 2, so he's knocked down. that's the end of our turn. 1, 2, 3 tokens on her. Yep. Bad stuff. It's a singing overtone. Okay. So when this comes into play, we roll a dice, and on a 10, it suffers a wound. That's not a wound. Okay. Survivors can only attack monsters they're adjacent to is the singing overtone. The closest guilty threat, it is vibration damage. Lose survival equal to your guilt tokens. That's bad. That's very bad. All right, so on Peppermint, that's 3 misses. She's got 5 evasion. So yeah, no hits on Peppermint. And on Candy, her evasion is also pretty good. 1, 5s. Okay, so you can't dodge vibration damage, something I did wrong in the last thing. Do not roll hit location dice. This cannot be dodged. Hit locations of your choice. Okay, so we're doing a total of 9 damage to Candy. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's fine. Oh, she's got a strength and a -1 accuracy token. The first time you wound a monster. When you're knocked down, archive all your strength things. Oh, when you archive a resource with Phantom Friend, gain a random unique soda gear and a permanent affinity of your choice. Okay, well we need to go get a broken lantern from the thing, for sure. Okay, that's the end of their turn. There's only 2 of them, which is ridiculous. So, Candy, she'll have a swing while she's next to the guy. She's 8s to hit. Probably. So no hits. Do we surge? No. I think what we're going to do with Candy, we're just going to get her out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if she was to pick up a broken lantern here, she can archive it and gain a random drink. When you archive a resource with Phantom Friend, gain a random unique soda gear. So we'll do that. Yeah, broken lantern. So we'll immediately archive it. This is using our last survival too. So we gain a permanent affinity of our choice. We will make it a green affinity. Blue affinity. And we get a random drink. I didn't even look at these cards. This is exciting. All right, Candy, how many drinks are there? Soda, soda, soda. Wow, there's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So she's got 9 different little drinks that you can get. We're just going to shuffle them. And she's going to pick herself up this one. And it is a citrine brew. She doesn't have a red. During your act, you may consume this to gain a -1 movement token and the priority target token. Okay, that's not very good. I don't really like that. Alright, so Candy's done and she's surged as well. So let's go with our ham fluter guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He stood up at the start of the turn. He'll swing with the ham fluter. Sugar-free Red Bull. got no survival, but he does, when he swings with it, gains a survival and an insanity. So he hits once, gains a survival and an insanity. And we'll flip one hit location, and it is a singing kidney. He doesn't have a luck, so he needs to crit on a 10. Oh, he rolls a 9. Do you have a luck? No. Why didn't I get another blue affinity? It's a wound. He'll surge to swing again, so he's just going to basically gain an insanity. That's actually a very powerful ability that I often undervalued. 2 hits, including a perfect hit. I'm sure I got someone with Mighty Strike. 1, 2. Okay, so the guy's standing up now, so I do need to think about this. Surely you can make that clearer, don't I? Anyway, first guilt token acquired. So this guy's wounding on a 2+, I think. So that's a 7, so that's a wound. So he's at 3 guilt tokens in that one. Wound. So we can pursue. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. We move to him. We draw another hit location. And it is not the trap, come on. We failed to wound, great. We are getting into very dangerous territory with trapping now because there's not many cards left. So let's move the Vespertine, no, let's do the Fist and Tooth person. 2 hits. 1, 2. Oh my god, okay, so what I need to do first of all is I've just remembered to start marking weapon proficiency. Club, yes. Fist and Tooth, yes. Bow, yes. Candy, what is your little thing? It's a dagger. She doesn't have a weapon proficiency thing yet. So that's fine. And Summer, you have leveled up. We'll give you shield, I think. We want you to be the tank. We just need to get a shield. Ridiculous. Okay, so there is a reflex, which is a wound. And there's a reflex. Oh yeah, okay. So I definitely want to do this wound one first. So yeah, the wound attempt, that's a 1. So we are going to actually re-roll that with refined into a 3. So that's a failure. So we don't suffer that. This one, that's an 8, which is a critical. Gain a Ronstom's move all smog singers away from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She does a wound. This is a ridiculous. That did have a, no, that was a critical. Yeah, gain a monster resource. How have I done that many wounds and not had any criticals yet? Delicate hand. So the bow chick's going to go and try and pick up a lantern. Fails. Suffer 1 arm damage and gain a lonely ant vermin resource. Sure. Only you. Okay. The scouts, yeah, happy where they are. This guy's turn. He flips. An acoustical greeting. There is no adjacent threat. There is a closest threat, though. So both of them are going into this guy. 3 speed. Hitting on a 4+ normally. However, Sugar-free Red Bull has 2 evasion. So these will be hitting on 6s. We can't, hang on, do we have deflated? No, we have despondent. Miss, hit, hit. So that'll be 4 damage. And the second one, oh, miss, hit, hit. So that's 8 damage. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's vibration damage. And that's it. That is the acoustical greeting done. She's definitely got more guilt tokens. The question is, do we start singing? Probably not. While this is in play, survivors can only attack monsters they are adjacent to. The smog incense lets us gain survival on an 8 or a 9. Could also gain a courage. So let's do her. 1, 2, 3, 4. She rolls a 10. She gains a courage, a crystal ember. That's a 1. She gets the opposite. You suffer 1 brain damage and are knocked down. Here, everyone's gone from the thing now, except for her. That's a 2. I think that's also a brain damage and knocked down. So, done. Done. Just trying to get some survival here. Candy. Purple dice, haven't used that for a while. Also a 1. 1 brain damage and a knockdown. Great. Alright. We'll just swing with the ham fluter, I guess. They're all knocked down. Great stuff. The ham fluter hits twice, which gains us a survival back. And an insanity. This guy's got 2 tokens, so hopefully... That's a first strike. We have to re-roll with -2 accuracy. Sure. First one, a 9 and a 9. Excellent. Second one, a 6 and a 7. Unfortunately, both of those are discarded. He'll swing again. Hits twice, including a perfect hit. So that one, that's a fail. And that's a wound. There is a reflex, but guess what? The trap is right there. So this guy's got 3 tokens. So he is trapping his way to victory. Well done him. So he has to do an emotional damage roll. He has 3 tokens. I use the term roll very loosely. Three, full move away from the monster and suffer if we have drums, but we aren't singing. Great. So full move away from the monster and suffer monster level brain damage. 1, 2. So we're going to full move away from the monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we've yet to move. It's these clowns' turn. Plea for life, the closest threat. Deep down, you feel remorseful. The closest threat. Okay, so it's candy in both instances. They're not moving. Candy has 2 guilt tokens, so if you have a weapon in your gear grid, gain a guilt token and roll 1d10. So she finds her weapon has been disarmed, and that's it. The other one's going to do nothing. So she's got 3 guilt tokens now. So how does she pick that up again? It's 5 spaces away. Oh, she's going to go pick it up and then poke one of you guys in the face. So it's there. Everyone stands up. Candy's going to walk over to here. She picks up her weapon and then she'll poke one of these guys with her sharpened heel. She has lost her battle drunk now, so that's fine. 1, 2 hits. No perfect hit bonuses for her, is there? Nope. So she is wounding on a... There is a reflex and there is a wound. All right. So I think we're wounding on 2+, so that's a 7. So we're going to do this reflex. If the attacker is insane, they cannot help but laugh. She's not insane. If they are still standing, she may pursue. She will pursue. Draw another hit location. Survive with the least guilt tokens gains 1, so that's the scout. So that's another wound, but not a critical. Reveal the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard any that are not the trap, all of them. Shuffle again, so she's now at... Okay. Come on, Candy. Roll a critical. Yes. Whistle tooth. Whistle tooth. Candy will surge. She's got no survival. No. No one else can attack. Okay. Well, everyone's going to try and grab survival from the smog incense, I guess. Yeah, we want our white speaker to try and roll a 10. She rolls a 3. At least she doesn't lose anything. The smog makes you feel calm. Fine. Done. Done. Jelly will roll in there. Jelly rolls a 3. The smog makes you feel calm. Sugar-free Red Bull will roll on there. He rolls a 5. The smog makes you feel calm. And yeah, we'll get the scout up. 1, 2, 3. Scout can do that next turn. Okay. The guy's got 1 card left, and Candy, I don't think, has suffered any damage. Okay, she has. So that's maybe not the best. Oh dear, if Candy dies here, we'll be very unhappy. Okay, what is it? Yes. It's the disarmed one. Okay, so we can just stand here. If you have a weapon in your gear grid, gain a guilt token and roll 1d10. Okay, Candy. You're not disarmed. Candy. You're not disarmed. Oh, Candy. So everyone's just going to try and roll a 10. They're just doing that over and over. So I can literally just play the rest of this thing out until I roll a 10 to gain a crystal ember and 1 courage. Suffer 1 damage to your arms. Archive this terrain on an 8 or a 9. Okay. Well, we'll try and roll a 10 on Peppermint. Yeah. Come on, Peppermint. Come on, Peppermint. It's a 4, so you feel calm. Boo. It's literally just gain guilt tokens, so that's fine. So we're just going to let her get more guilt tokens. She's going to become disarmed eventually, so that's fine. So we'll try on her again to get the 10. Oh, it's an 8. Damn, okay, so that's gain survival and heal your survivor. If we rolled a 10, she would have got a courage, which would have been glorious, but yeah. Okay, Candy's disarmed. So Candy's weapon's thrown away. So she'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to pick up her weapon, and she'll start singing. Clears all of her tokens. She's got remove all your guilt tokens. You must spend movement and move as many spaces as possible without passing over the same space twice. Great. This guy will go here. Or is it intimidate movement? No, they stay right where they are. So we need to not roll a 1, and now we need to not roll a 2. So we don't. So she'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'll swing. Everyone else will get close too, by the way. So that's 1 hit. It is a wound. Her song card is already face up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll swing with the hand fluter. He hits once. As long as we don't flip the trap. We flip the trap. Can you believe it? Okay, so Candy's got 1 on her because we are singing. So her 1 is suffer monster level brain damage. No, Candy's about to suffer a brain trauma roll. Why would you do this to me, Deno? Why would you do this? Oh, if Candy dies on a brain trauma, that's a 9. Okay, she's not dying on a brain trauma. Brain trauma. New perspective, you are knocked down and gain 1d10 insanity. She gains 8 insanity. Okay, that's good. So Candy's knocked down. So she will lose her battle drunk. That's fine. The ham fluter guy, he's got 3. He is not singing. So he also suffers 2 brain damage. 1, 2. Full move away from the monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we weren't chumps, we would have moved around like here, so we'll just move in with the Vespertine bow. This has been a crazy amount of damage to have done, but Smog Singers are chumps. There's no doubt about that. Vespertine bow, we'll swing 3 times. We roll 1 hit. So there is a reflex, but we'd love to crit it on a 9. 4 is a fail, so we'll surge. Oh no, we can pursue. Yeah, we can pursue. So we'll pursue. That was a reflex. That's a wound. Game over. All right. Well, that was wild. That was very, very easy for a level 2 on Lantern Year 3. Candy is an animal. 5 basics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Running light on organs. 6 Smog Singer resources and 2 Hunt XP for everyone. Complete the showdown. Candy may gain a philosophy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. How many is it? 6. Only 1 pink flesh. We really needed to get more there. 2 pink flesh would have got us the suit. All right. What timeline events we got? We got a Bone Witch. Oh yeah, she needed to roll on the thing. No, so she did not get a Broken Lantern. Okay. Which pile? Pile number 1. And how many cards down? 3. 1, 2, 3. Mysterious eggs. We don't have bed. So we are not dealing with an infestation. So we just gain 1d5 vermin resources, and that is a 9, which is 5. Sure. 1. I don't actually have that in the deck. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So many vermin. All right, we need to get more crab spiders so we can get this crabby character card. Okay, Bone Witch is bad. The returning survivor that has the most insanity comes home and is like, hey guys, here's this chick that you exiled a few years ago. She's back and she's unhappy. Maybe you could get blinded. I don't want that. Thank you very much. Armored Strangers. Bone Witch. Boom. All non-deaf returning survivors gain insanity. Candy. 1, 2, 3. So Candy has to endeavour at the Bone Witch. Sure. Go, Candy. Candy rolls a 9. Gain 2 insanity, 1 understanding, and the Bone Whisperer secret fighting art. Now, Candy is an Arc survivor, so she will not gain that. She'll just take a Lumi, which she gains a Lumi. Two insanity. Oh, actually, I think you have to take it for secret fighting arts. 1 understanding. All right, so we're going to do Candy's little thing now. That was one of our endeavours spent. 1 will be an innovate. So Candy's thing, heavy memories. If we have storytelling, we proceed directly to the 5 to 8 result. Candy recalls an endless battle fought for the amusement of an unseen throng. Their deafening cheers assured that her pain was another's pleasure. When a disaster struck the arena, she tore loose the sharpened heel of her costume and escaped in the chaos. Candy tells a tale. Great. Okay. Let's roll. Come on down, roll on the thing, you doofus. All right, that's a 6. Okay, so that's a good one. We gain 1 disposition on Candy. So she's going to gain the philosophy. What's her philosophy called? Effervescence. Cool. Compound grief. Interesting. Okay, so she's gonna nominate three, gain one disposition, nominate 3 survivors to gain an understanding. All right. I nominate Jelly. Jelly's a tinker. She rolls a 4, which is another thing. So we've actually now got 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. I nominate Summer. She gains an understanding. She's a tinker. She rolls a 9. So she gains, I think that's a +1 accuracy for insight. And this is going to be 1, 2, oh, hang on a second. This says, if this causes anyone to perform insight, they gain overactive imagination impairment in place of any ability they would gain from insight. Overactive imagination. Ooh, okay, maybe we don't want to do that on her at any rate. I'm okay with Jelly getting it. So she's going to gain overactive imagination. We're going to have 1 less of those. And then the next survivor we'll get will be Coconut Rough. Gain an understanding. Okay, so we do gain another seed pattern. I'll just grab one out of here, and it is Tempered Spear. That's actually quite good. Bone club, scrap smelting, bone, cloth, leather, and a scrap sword. Okay, that's quite a good one. So effervescence is Candy's little knowledge thing. And so we want her to have reframe. When you gain a disorder, gain 1 thing. Cool. So she's all about clearing disorders from her knowledge, and that seems pretty fun. Alright, did anyone else get a thing? If anyone is good on rules and knows the answer to this, when you adopt a philosophy and then you're eligible to ponder, I think you can do that. I think adopting and pondering are 2 different things. So we do actually go straight to this one. Roll 1d10 and add her thing to the thing. Okay. So we roll an 8, which means it is a 9+. Reduce her torment by 1. Nominate 3 other survivors. They each gain 1 courage. All right, this is just going wonderfully well. Okay, so she reduces her torment by 1. Nominate 3 other survivors. They each gain 1 courage and steadfast friend. What is happening? Peppermint, guess what? You've just gained courage, which means you are now a matchmaker. Well done. Oh, hey, is this Lantern Year 5? No, it's 4. She's returning survivor. We're going to use Bra's special rules, so I'll bring those up again. Thanks, Bra. We'll gain 3 courage. We're going to gain the speaker cult knife rare gear. And she is 1 away from extra sense, fighting art, 1 strength evasion, accuracy. She's an animal. If she dies, ceases to exist, or leaves the settlement, the players lose. Cool, man. Yeah, so she's just going to gain the speaker cult knife rare gear. Oh, I think this pariah could be in a bit of trouble, friends. I think he could be in a lot of trouble, actually. Little pariah, mate. You are in so much trouble. Okay, so she has done her thing. And she's now a steadfast friend. Steadfast friend. Oh my god, how far away are you? Done. Anyone else going to get to matchmaker? No. Steadfast friend is a great ability, so we'll put that on someone good. She's actually quite good if we can clear her intracranial hemorrhage. So we want to do that. Not character card, don't I? Steadfast friend. And sure, cherry ripe, have a courage. This has been a stunning turn of events. Okay, steadfast friend done. Candy having a great time. Bone Witch done. Let's add some resources into our settlement storage, shall we? Vermin. Hissing cockroach. Cyclops fly. Sword beetle. Crab spider. Crab spider. We also got a lonely ant. Our basics, we got monster hide. We've got a broken lantern, monster hide, monster bone, monster hide, monster bone, monster bone, monster hide, monster bone, monster bone. Okay, and then smoggos, the pests. We gained a fluted bone, gained a delicate hand, and another whistle tooth, vocal cords, pink flesh, fluted bone, delicate hand, whistle tooth, delicate hand, whistle tooth. We're probably going for another fluted bone and archiving it to try and get Saga. Maybe. Let's do our innovate. So it is going to be the vocal cords. Bone and hide. We really want to see dash. We really want to see paint here. But we've got a lot of good ones still in there, so. Hovel is probably not terrible at this point. Forbidden Dance won't be getting selected. Ammonia for leather worker. And paint. I think we take paint because why not? It's paint. It's wonderful. We do get a free face painting next year, so that's great. Oh, that's right, we want Forbidden Dance. We want Harvest Man. So we do have that being added to the deck, but we can take that straight away. Paint, Consequences, Sculpture, and Face Painting. So we do get free face painting next year, thanks to Stained. So we can gain the Pictograph Innovation for a pretty cheap cost. All right, let's craft a few things. Gear. Colosseum. So probably the boots, pantaloons. We've got a perfect organ. Okay, so it's not going to be the pantaloons, it's going to be the boots. Yes. So we craft the boots, the boots. The boots are on fire. I really just want to get some free Smog Singer resources. I really just want to get a pink flesh so I can make a full set. It sucks that we haven't made a full set, but that's okay. I don't reckon we need to craft anything at this point. So we probably Matchmaker, or do we wait till Saga? 3 bone and a hide from the Weapon Crafter. That lets us go scrap hunting, I think. So yes, let's... 3 bone and a hide. Pretty sure we got lots of bone, yes. Croc. Bone, bone. Bone, hide. So we gain the Weapon Crafter. At the Weapon Crafter, we can now scrap scavenge. So we'll do that. We roll 3, spend a survival or die. We'll do it again. We roll 2, spend a survival or die. We'll do it again. Roll 2, so we've got 3 to go. There's a 5, 2 to go. There's a 5, 1 to go after this one. There's a 2. Last one to just get me a broken lantern so I can get a freaking scout lantern. All of our endeavours go to waste. Spend 1 survival or die. We're obviously doing that with people that have survival, by the way. Turkish Delight, 1, 2. I just spent 7 endeavours and got 0 benefit because I could not roll a 6+. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. All right. I think the only things I want to get now is another blue affinity. Yeah, so it's going to be Candy going out again. Jelly will definitely be going out again. Peppermint will be going out again. Sugar-free Red Bull. I I kind of wanted to go out with Alistair, but with Rolling Gate, use some flinch tokens. But what a pest he is now. Okay, so I think Peppermint's going to become our scout. She's just a good scout. She gets to stay far, far away from everyone. We do have the Speaker Cult Knife, though, which has Fist and Tooth, so she's going to get refined rerolls on that. Wow. What a crazy amount of awesome choices we have right now. Absolutely crazy. We have a showdown against the Prior. I will not be doing it tonight. Last time I did a third one, it went poorly. So we'll be back for Thursday for a showdown against the Pariah. And I think we are well placed to handle that guy and his nonsense. We're so well placed, in fact, that it's probably going to be somewhat of a cakewalk. We just have too many good options, it feels like. So yeah, Candy did not even get hit. She did get hit, but I didn't even use her singing cap or her gladiator garb, which allows her to ignore hits. Just ridiculous. All right, I need to figure out some stuff to remind me to do things like that, because that potentially could have cost me. But sure. Great. All right. Well, we'll be back. I do want to. I've got the spider there too. I want to go hunt the spider. I'm trying to save that for a level 3, so that I can try and get the ball, and then get the indomitable resources that come with that. Yeah. So we'll see if that comes about. I'm just going to check how many understanding 3 survivors I've got, how many things I should have. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should have 5 seed patterns, and I have 3. So I'm going to flip myself out 2 more seed patterns. The first one is the Sword of Doom. It was so much fun last time. And the Dreamkeeper Knife. That is such an awesome item. 1 bone, 1 perfect bone, and 1 organ from a level 1 monster. So we go hunt a level 2 croc. We gain the deadly croc bow. We gain a perfect bone. And we make the Dreamkeeper Knife. So I sometimes, unfortunately, it actually isn't great when you do this well. Dreamkeeper Knife, Dreamkeeper. It's just like, it's too good. We're actually in the point now where there's no fear. You're not worried about yeah. You're not worried about losing. The game is kind of solvable from a perspective of Dreamkeeper knife, Sword of Doom. There's just sort of right choices to make. Yarn Gripper, Weaponsmith's Hammer, Tempered Spear. Tempered Spear in here. And if you make those choices at most paths, you can't really go wrong. So, great. All right, friends, that's going to be it for this Lantern year. I will catch you all Thursday when we'll face off against the Pariah and see if we can give that guy a kick in the teeth. Catch you all then.